Hi everyone! Welcome to our Study in Canada webinar for today. Kumusta naman kayo dyan? I hope you're having a good day today. So, this is our first webinar of the year and we wanted to welcome you all and sana marami kayong matutunan and kung may mga questions kayo, just type them away and we will try to answer all of them. And I hope you will learn something from us today during this webinar. So let's start. And joining me today is our another counselor from Kanata Education, Sir Francis.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm sorry, I'm having a problem
Sir
with my
Francis,
video.
today during.
Hello.
So let's start. And joining Sir Francis, can you hear me?
Hello. Catherine, do you hear me? I'm having problem with my video right now, but we can still proceed with our discussions about studying in Canada.
Okay. So let's start our discussion. We will discuss why you should study in Canada. So bakit nga ba in Canada? Bakit not in other countries, 'di ba? So let's talk about
Mhm.
can you show your video? Where is your video?
I'm having trouble with my video, Miss Catherine.
You're having trouble with your video.
Yeah, but can you guys hear us clearly?
Yes.
Pwede
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Uh, for a while.
Okay, so ayan. So let's start the presentation. So why study in Canada? What are the benefits of as a student, as an international student? Ano yung mga benefits of studying in Canada? So especially at this time
Mm.
of pandemic, ano ba yung naging assistance ng government of Canada? Why they should study in Canada? Sir Francis?
Okay, before we start, I just want to introduce myself. I'm sorry I don't have a video right now, but I'm Francis from Kanata Educational Consultancy Services, one of their education counselors that assist students with their school application and also assist them for free with their visa application. So there are plenty of reasons right now to study in Canada actually. Number one is their government support. Uh, yan. Hi guys.
Hi, sir.
Hello.
Ayan.
All
There.
right, we can proceed now with our discussions. First, benefits actually or reasons on studying in Canada is actually maganda yung support system nila, not only with their residents and citizens, also with international students. For example, last year, due to COVID-19 pandemic, many of international students lost their part-time jobs because habang nag-aaral kasi in Canada, pwedeng mag-part-time job si student. So most of the business are closed. Also like the restaurants, like the retail stores, nag-close yon. Uh, so most of our students na kumikita actually na nakakatulong dun sa living expenses nila is nawala. So what the government did was the Canada Emergency Student Benefit Program. So in this program, for every 4-week period, nakatanggap si international students na mga nawala ng part-time jobs ng 1,250 Canadian dollars. So parang every month, from May 10 to August 29, nakatanggap sila ng student support from Canadian government.
So ito yung mga nawalan ng work na international students. So meron silang
Yes.
from the government. So this is one of the good things why we should study in Canada, because hindi pinapabayaan ng government of Canada ang mga international students. So grabe talaga yung ano nila, assistance to their international students. And what
Yeah.
else, Francis?
Uh, Another Canadian government support na natanggap ng international students is the extension of the postgraduate work permit. So, postgraduate work permit usually binibigay ito sa mga students na nakapagtapos ng education, which college diploma or graduate certificate program. So binibigay ito ni student, binibigay ito sa student from the government na uh, permit to stay in Canada and to work full-time pa after their studies. So during the pandemic, yung mga nag-expire yung postgraduate work permit, nabigyan pa sila ng, pwede pa sila mag-apply ulit ng another work permit. So pwede pa sila magstay sa Canada kung nga wala pa silang permanent residency for another 18 months.
So postgraduate work permit, let me just explain that once again. So postgraduate work permit, this is another benefit of an international student in Canada. So basically, after mong matapos yung program mo sa Canada, yung pinag-aaralan mo, pwede ka pang magstay for another 1 year or 3 years, depende doon sa program mo. So meaning to say, diretso kang pwedeng magtrabaho. You're not under the student permit. You are under a work permit, meaning you are allowed to work full-time in Canada.
And also apply for a permanent residency.
Yes.
To secure your yung pag-stay mo pa sa Canada after mo mag-aral and even nagamit mo na yung postgraduate work permit.
Yeah, so ito yung kinagandahan ng pagkakaroon ng study pathway, 'di ba, Sir Francis? Kasi if you opt to go for, let's say for example, express entry, this is why mas maraming nag-a-avail or mas pinipili nilang mag-study pathway compared to express entry, because other than pwede kang mag-work permit, mas mabilis ang processing for students, for international students, as well as mas malaki yung chances or yung points mo when you apply for your permanent residency.
Yes, may additional pa actually dun sa mga support ng government like yung ayuda din sa student, and also the extension of the PGWP. Meron din silang during academic session, yung mga students na nagwo-work sa na essentials, like nagwo-work sila sa manufacturing, sa transportation, or even sa health, nabigyan sila ng pagkakataon na mag-work more than 20 hours. Kasi habang nag-aaral ka as an international student in Canada, you're only allowed to work 20 hours per week, part-time lang. But during the pandemic, they allowed students na yun nga, hindi na tuloy yung even academic session, may pasok pa rin, inallow sila na magtrabaho more than 20 hours per week. So additional income for the students na makakatulong dun sa living cost nila, and also the tuition fee for the following semesters.
That's great. So since limited yung hours mo, 20 hours per week lang, kasi you are allowed to work while studying. So part-time jobs pwede 20 hours per week. So during the pandemic, nila yung 20 hours per week. So, pwede kang mag-extend. Pwedeng unlimited hours for frontliners, correct?
Yeah. Yes. Yun yung nangyari last year. So, dun sa kalagitnaan talaga nung hit nung pandemic, especially nung sobra yung nangyayaring lockdowns in Canada, ganyan yung ginawang support ng Canadian government.
So, that's great. That's really great to hear na during this time of pandemic ay ganun yung support ng Canadian government sa ating Filipinos or sa lahat ng international students in Canada.
Yes. Second reason why pwede tayong good reason to study in Canada, because open na yung borders nila. Unlike ibang country for international studies, for example, Australia, they are still closed. So, hindi pa pwedeng pumasok ang international students in Canada. Also, in New Zealand, yes, open sila, pero limited. Unlike in Canada, as long as you have may acceptance letter ka dun sa school and you were granted a study permit, you're allowed to enter in Canada.
Aha.
And even online yung gagawin mong program, you're still allowed na pumunta in Canada together with your dependents.
So since ngayon, syempre hindi pa rin naman ganon ka-open lahat ng borders in around the world. So very limited
Yes.
ang flights and hindi lahat ng countries nag-a-accept ng mga tourists or students like Australia and New Zealand. So in Canada, kinonsider nilang essential travel ang students together with their
Pag-aaral, yes.
dependents.
Yes.
Yes.
And
So
also, third reason, bakit maganda mag-aral in Canada is permanent residency programs. So, different cities in Canada, meron sila mga nomination program for permanent residency like Ontario Immigration Program, Nomination Program, RNIP or yung Rural and Northern Immigration Program, and Atlantic Immigration Program. So this one, hindi na natin talaga siya madidiscuss because we're not an immigration consultancy firm, but having an education and work background in Canada definitely can benefit you in applying for permanent residency.
yes, that's correct. Kasi merong mga qualifications. For example lang to guys ha, hindi ako licensed immigration consultant, so I cannot give an in-depth advice about migration. But for example, sa RNIP, which is the Rural Northern Immigration Pilot Program na inintroduce in Canada for certain provinces. So sila, isa sa qualifications or para mas madami yung points mo when you apply for permanent residency, kapag nag-aral ka dun sa area na may RNIP, mas malaki yung points mo na makukuha. And
Yes.
sometimes yung mga programs na to, mga pilot programs, hindi sila nagre-require ng six months work experience. So may mga ganong klaseng pilot programs. And at the same time, may ni-release din na news si Canada na mas mabilis mag-apply ng permanent residency if you are an international student of Canada. So maganda
Yes.
magandang opportunity for international students, especially those who are opting or wanting to avail
To
or
have a permanent residency.
study pathway instead of doing express entry na sobrang tagal. So, yun yung kinagandahan ng study pathway program ni Canada.
And syempre, an education is always an investment for yourself. So, improvement yan dun sa tao na if gusto talaga rin mamuhay in Canada, mas maganda pa rin na meron tayong Canadian education.
Oo, at saka alam mo Sir Francis, ang kinagandahan when you study in Canada, you build a network. Siyempre, yung mga classmates
Yes.
and schools are doing fairs, job fairs, kapag sa
Mm.
start ng semester and even towards the end of the semester. So, nakaka-build ka ng network. Marami ka tuloy nakikilala in Canada which can
Yes.
help you provide a job in the future.
Yes. Tama yan, Miss Kat.
So, yan. That's good. So, what else, Sir Francis, can you share with us about Canada?
All in all, these three are the top reasons or benefits na pwedeng makuha ni students kapag mag-aaral in Canada. But meron pa tayong mga i-discuss later on like joining with the dependents, low tuition fees, uh, work rights na pwedeng makuha ng international students habang nag-aaral in Canada.
Yeah. Okay. So first, let us discuss what is the process of studying in Canada as well as the
Yeah.
So let me just share with you this slide that we have prepared. So as mentioned earlier, one of the benefits of studying in Canada is that you are allowed to work part-time. So meron kang 12 hours per week on campus. On campus to ha. So if there are available jobs inside the campus, pwede kang mag-work 12 hours. And then off-campus naman, ito yung mga sa cafes, sa restaurants, sa salon, or gasoline stations, kung saan, or makahanap ka man talaga doon sa area mo, sa field mo. So you're allowed to work 20 hours per week. And then, meron din
Okay.
co-op.
Mm.
Yung co-op na tinatawag, it's the same here in the Philippines like an internship. Internship. So,
Parang OJT.
yes, OJ.
Tama, Miss Kata?
So, yung ibang co-op, yung programs nila may tied up na, I mean, yung ibang programs may tied up na co-op. Pwede siyang paid or pwede siyang hindi paid. So, yung mga ganyang bagay, hindi namin magagaranti kung paid siya. But, imagine, meron kang 3 options para kumita ng extra in Canada while studying.
So, okay, Miss Kat. So, na-mention mo na outside the campus, may 20 hours silang work, right? So, pwede sila mag-part-time job. So, on top pa ba to dun sa 12 hours na pwede nilang kunin na job inside the campus?
Yes, Sir Francis. So, kung meron kang 20 hours per week and then meron kang 12 hours per week, so you're allowed to work 32 hours per week. So, yun yung
Yeah.
kinaganda
Basta sa loob ng school, yung 12 hours.
sa loob ng school. Kung may available jobs, ha? So, syempre, ano ba yung pwedeng jobs inside the campus? Pwede kang mag-work sa library, pwede kang mag-work sa cafeteria, pwede kang mag-work sa student assistance center. So, ito yung mga type of jobs inside the campus. So, syempre, hindi every year or every month may availability, but you are allowed to work.
Mm. Mm. That's good. That's good to hear, Miss Kat.
Yes. So, up next, as mentioned earlier, about postgraduate work permit. So, ito yung
Wait, Miss Kathleen, nakita ko dun sa slide na during semestral break and holiday break, pwede pa rin mag-work si international students and not only 20 hours, 40 hours yung pwede nilang gawin or more. Kasi full-time yung pwede nilang gawin during semestral break and holiday breaks.
Yes, that's correct, Sir Francis. So, ayan. 40 hours per week. Or yung para ka na rin nag-work full-time, di ba? Kapag kasi... Okay, so ito naman yung about PGWP. So PGWP, ibig sabihin, it's postgraduate work permit. So postgraduate work permit meaning to say you can work full-time during this time. So let's say ang program mo is 1 year. 1 year ang program. So that means 2 semesters. So ito, you are entitled for 1 year postgraduate work permit. Kapag ka naman 2 years ang program mo or 4 semesters, ito ay meron ka ng 3 years postgraduate work permit. So meaning to say you can stay in Canada for a total of 5 years. So
5 years.
Itong 1 year program, usually ito yung mga college certificates and then mga graduate certificates na ino-offer for 1 year. And ito namang 2 years, ito yung usually college diplomas or postgraduate diplomas.
Yeah. Yes.
So another benefit of studying in Canada is that you can bring your dependents, yung family mo. So, Sir Francis, when we say dependents, syempre, ito yung immediate family mo as an individual or as a student.
Yung
so,
own family mo na. Yes.
Yung own family mo lang, which counts your spouse or your common law partner kung hindi pa kayo kasal, and of course, your children. So, pwede mo silang dalhin. It's one of the benefits of an international student. However, as an agency or as your counselor, hindi namin ina-encourage na dalhin yung family mo. Diba, Sir Francis?
But they are allowed pa rin to bring...
That is your choice. That is your prerogative. Parang ganun.
What do you mean by common law partner, Miss Catherine?
So, common law partner, usually ito yung nag-live-in na, tapos or meron na kayong baby together pero hindi pa kayo kasal. So, kapag common law partner, we will be asking for a lot of supporting documents.
Proof.
Yes, kasi kapag yung hindi pagkakasal or married, papakitaan mo lang ng marriage certificate eh. But kung hindi pa, syempre, you need to prove na common law partner mo talaga sila. So, ano ba yung mga hinihingi dyan? So, medyo marami-rami yun. So, later on, we can discuss that. So, let me just go back why we don't encourage bringing your dependents or your family. It's because they are your home ties. So, when applying to when applying as a student in Canada, we are writing our statement of purpose. And one of the questions we ask, or even the immigration ask, is ano yung plan mo after ng program, and at the same time, sino yung babalikan mo dito sa Philippines? So you need to establish that after your program, hindi ka mag-i-stay sa Canada para lang talagang mag-PR. So, syempre, babalikan mo
But
yun.
but definitely after studies, you can still stay sa Canada. So pwede ka pa rin doon tumira and mag-work full-time because mabibigyan ka nga ng postgraduate work permit.
Yes, that is correct. So let's move on. So this is about Canada. So we are discussing that in Canada, it is an international accreditation. So you are globally known. And then,
So pwede mong magamit yung certificate mo or yung diploma mo kung nga pupunta ka ng ibang bansa and doon ka mag-work. So yung education mo makakount or accredited.
yes, that is correct, Sir Francis. And also, comparing to other study abroad destinations for education, Canada ranks as one of the affordable education or tuition fees. So comparing to UK, Australia, New Zealand, and the US, sobrang mas mababa sila ang Canada compared to this.
Yes.
And then of course, diverse ang culture and society. Marami silang wini-welcome na different nationalities from all over the world.
Yes.
As we all know, Canada is providing a healthy and safe community, not just for our international,
Environment. Yeah.
but to everyone, even their own citizens. So, yan yung kinagandahan sa Canada.
So medyo mababa talaga yung instances like or news uh, na nabubuli yung mga like foreigners in other countries. So compare sa ibang countries na nababalitaan natin like Asians na nabubuli sila ng mga locals. So in Canada it's different kasi mostly actually may mga places in Canada na almost 50% are immigrants yung nakatira. Yes, residents sila in citizens in Canada but galing pa rin sila sa ibang bansa like dito sa Asia or Europe.
Yes, that's correct.
Pumupunta pa rin sila in Canada to live. So mag-aaral but pwede pa rin magstay sa Canada after.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And also, one of the things that our students, our previous students are looking forward to is that excited sila syempre sa campus nila. If one of our, in our upcoming webinars, we will be inviting our school partners, and then they will be showing you how their campuses look like. So they are providing super exciting campus environment, as in hands ang Canada kasi yung education nila, it's a combination of theory and hands-on practice. So yun yung kinagandahan when you study in Canada. Hindi siya yung puro theory lang, na puro lang kayo lesson or discussion, na sulat-sulat kayo ng essay. So, yan. And then, of course, possible in Canada. So, yan naman yung reason natin, di ba? Kung bakit tayo nag-aaral sa Canada is para makapag-PR tayo later on. And of course, you will have unlimited opportunities. So, ayan.
And syempre, Miss Catherine, to enjoy 4 seasons. So, may winter, may spring. So, ang gaganda even colors ng leaves in Canada. Maganda kapag fall or spring. So, may enjoy yun ni international students lahat.
Yes, that's correct. Unlike dito sa atin, meron lang tayong tag-init at tag-araw.
Yeah.
Okay. So, guys, to our viewers and our participants, so these are the documents required when you are applying for your school application. So, one of them is your valid passport. Of course, you just have to make sure na yung passport nyo ay hindi pa expired, especially these days. Mahirap kumuha ng appointment.
Matagal, yeah.
Matagal lang pinaprocess ni DFA. And then birth certificates later on, we will be also requiring your academic transcripts or your college diploma and college transcript of records, as well as your high school diploma and high school transcript of records. So some schools are waiving their IELTS. Later on, when we do another webinars, you can ask us which schools are waiving their IELTS. So if they're not waiving their IELTS, of course, you need to submit your IELTS results and then your resumes. So, or your CV. So yan yung mga requirements when submitting for school application.
So, Miss Kat, paano ba natin isasubmit yung mga documents na to? Kailangan ba natin siya isend on paper or paano ba? Online ba natin isasubmit yung mga requirements? What if nandito pa na sa Davao or Cebu yung location ko? Paano namin isasubmit yung documents for school application?
Yes, okay. So, lahat naman ng application natin ngayon is online na. Actually, caters to a lot of students around the world, as long as they're Filipinos, ha? So we have students coming from the Middle East, even from Singapore and Malaysia and in Japan, and also locally in Mindanao and Visayas. So what they do is they send us their documents. Sorry, may maingay. So what they do is they scan their documents and send it to us. So yun lang. Sorry guys, may naka-unmute na participants.
Guys, para mas maganda yung discussion natin, meron naman tayong time for questions. So right now, i-mute muna natin yung mic and also our video para sa discussion.
Yes.
Yeah. Mas maganda yung discussion, maririnig ng lahat, and mamaya naman meron tayong time for your questions.
Yes, that's right. So, your documents, you can send it through online by sending it to us via email. So, kahit nasan kang sulok ng mundo, sang sulok ng Pilipinas, as long as you have access to internet, pwede mo siyang isubmit sa Canada Education. So, kahit hindi tayo magkita, pwede lang tayo magkita sa Zoom or even video chat. Yan, pwede. Of course, so let me walk you through the process of applying as a student in Canada. So aside from the documents that you need to prepare, first of all, you need to consult with your counselor. So bakit mo kailangan mag-consult with your counselor? That is because we need to do an assessment first with you. So hindi pwedeng, Miss Kat, gusto ko kasing mag-culinary pero graduate ako ng nursing tas wala akong experience in culinary. Pwede ba yun, Sir Francis?
No. Big no. Kasi yes, matatanggap tayo sa school application as long as we are qualified, we have a bachelor's degree na dito or nagtapos tayo ng K-12. But for visa application, medyo mahihirapan kang to convince the visa officer na yung gagawin mo lang is purely studies. Kung hindi mo ma-explain yung study progression nun and yung career progression because yun yung kukunin mong program. So dapat talaga important to na related yung program na kukunin natin na course in Canada dun sa ginagawa nating work ngayon or dun sa education background natin.
Yes, that's correct. So it's very important that you talk to an agent or you talk to a counselor to check if you are allowed to take this program kasi hindi po pwede kung ano na lang talaga yung gusto mong kunin. Yes, we understand.
Or ano yung in demand, ganyan. So hindi siya ganun.
Guys, yung kinagandahan when you work with an agent kasi they will help you. We will help you with your study in Canada journey. So that's the first one. Up next is after you consult with your counselor and we are able to give you the program recommendation kung ano yung nararapat para sa inyo at saka sa school na gusto nyong puntahan based dun sa na-recommend namin, you will gather and submit the required documents which was mentioned earlier. So yun yung mga documents na kailangan yung isubmit. And then we will apply you to the designated learning institution. So we are affiliated with almost all schools in Canada and they are a designated learning institution. So bakit designated learning institution, Sir Francis?
So yung DLI, merong list of schools na kasama dito sa list na to na if dito nag-aral si international students, mabibigyan sila ng postgraduate work permit. Usually, ang mga schools na to is publicly funded. So supported sila rin ng government of Canada. So sila yung mga nabibigyan ng postgraduate work permit kapag doon ka nag-aral. But kung sa private college ka nag-aral in Canada, usually, pwede ka na magstay sa Canada and mag-aral, yes. Pero after studies, you need to leave Canada unless meron kang work permit. Pero usually sa private schools, hindi sila nagbibigay ng postgraduate work permit unlike kapag graduate ka sa publicly funded school or designated learning institution.
Yes, that's right. And then, after we apply you to the school of your choice, hintay natin yung letter of acceptance. So, sometimes they're not giving the letter of acceptance, they are giving you the offer letter. So, based on this offer letter, saka tayo magko-comply kung ano yung nire-require na school. Kung meron ba siyang deposit or kailangan magbayad na agad ng first semester. So, letter of acceptance is one of the requirements when submitting for your visa application. So, very important yan.
Yeah.
After we receive your letter of acceptance, ito na nga, kaya kailangan mong magbayad ng tuition fee to confirm your slot. So, why is this very important? Pay for your tuition fee. Kasi, Sir Francis, di ba, open na tayo ngayon for September 2021. So, mabilis mapunta,
Yes.
guys. Honestly, speaking as an agent or as your counselor, we have seen a surge on the number of students applying.
Application, yeah.
Yes, di ba?
Especially kasi nung 2020, hindi natuloy yung mga class. So, yung mga interested students nung September 2020 and also yung iba nung January 2021, lumipat sila this year's intake. So, kaya maraming programs and schools kaagad na na-fill up yung slots. So, important talaga na makapag-apply ng mas maaga and to apply your student visa early rin.
Yeah, so once na nabayaran yun na yung tuition
okay, Miss Kat, saan pala tayo magbabayad ng tuition fee?
Yung guys ha, hindi nyo sa amin babayaran ng tuition fee, by the way. Hindi po kami tumatanggap ng bayad on behalf of the school. Hindi po kami tumatanggap ng bayad. Babayaran nyo po siya, diretso po sa school. Pero hindi kayo pupunta sa school. Meron kayong, pwede nyo siyang bayaran online. So, pwede kayong gumamit ng credit card or pwede kayong gumamit ng bank transfer. So, very easy. Hindi nyo siya sa amin babayaran, wala po kami tinatanggap na bayad, kayo po mismo yon. And wag po kayo mag-alala, tutulungan po namin kayo paano nyo siya aayusin.
Babayad. Yeah.
Hindi namin babayaran din. Kayo pa rin yung magbabayad. Ganun yun. Tutulungan lang namin kayo dun sa process kung paano kayo magbayad. And then, na siyang bayaran and na-receive din na yung receipt, of course, we will proceed now for your medical test and complete all the required visa requirements. So later on, I'll show you ano yung iba pang ano yung visa application process natin. And then once we have completed the visa application requirements, ay isasabit na natin siya sa VFS or sa embassy for your waiting na lang tayo niyan for biometrics and visa decision.
Visa decision, yeah.
So, gaano katagal, Sir Francis, ngayon
yeah. Especially right now, dahil meron pa ring pandemic, nasa 13 weeks yung maximum process or pwedeng may additional pang time kapag marami talaga nag-search rin yung application na natatanggap ni visa officer. Pero before kasi, maximum processing time lang of visa application is 4 to 6 weeks. Pero ngayon, because of the pandemic, nasa 13 weeks siya right now according to IRCC website. So before, siguro nung last year, mas matagal pa yan. Umaabot yan ng 25 to 30 weeks yung application processing time. So right now, mas maganda talaga na mag-apply tayo ng early dun sa visa application. So, pag maaga tayo nakapag-apply, so mas maaga natin ma-receive yung decision kung refuse ba tayo or denied. So, mas maraming time tayo para makapag-plan. So, better na makapag-apply ka agad sa school and then pay for the tuition fee and then proceed na sa visa application.
Yes, that's correct. So, guys, hindi control ng agency or namin yung visa decision. It varies from one application to another. So, hindi natin siya pwedeng i-compare. Bakit si student A, nakuha na niya yung visa decision niya, tapos si student B, wala pa din. So, kahit sabay kayo...
Kahit sabay sila nag-submit, yes.
Correct. So, kahit sabay kayo nag-submit, hindi rin pa rin namin hawak gaano katagal yung decision lumabas. So, depende na yon kay IRCC kung na-check ba niya yung application or hindi niya na-check yung application. So, yun lang yun. Disclaimer. So, hindi namin hawak yun as an agent. So, now let's proceed to the types of application. So, meron tinatawag na regular stream. So, yung regular stream, this is usually the most preferred option for visa application ng mga students. So, bakit siya yung mas prefer? So, let's find out. So, usually, pre-pandemic or before the pandemic, yung waiting time for processing is 6 to 8 weeks. Yun na yung pinakamatagal. Kaya totoo talaga na may lumalabas noon na visa decision within 3 months, pwede ka na lumipad sa Canada. So, yan yung kinagandahan talaga kapag nag-study pathway ka compared to express entry. Kasi,
Yes, nasa iyo yung decision kailan ka pupunta ng Canada. Let's say nag-apply ako for May. So, May 2021, kailangan nasa Canada ako because mag-aaral ako.
Yes, that is correct. So, but during pre-pandemic or yung wala pang COVID, 6 to 8 weeks talaga ang kapag regular stream. And then you are required to show your acceptance, letter of acceptance, which I mentioned earlier from the school that you applied to. And then proof of identity. So proof of identity, these are your IDs, your copy of passport, your birth certificates, marriage certificate if you are married.
Married. Especially sa mga applicant natin na female kasi makikita doon sa school records mo na iba pa yung surname mo compared dun sa ID na pinapakita natin like yung passport. So important na meron tayong marriage certificate na isasubmit sa school application and sa visa application.
Yes, that's correct. So important yung marriage certificate. Next is proof of financial support. So this proof of financial support, ito yung tinatawag na show money. So show money is in a form of bank statements. So itong bank statements na to, ito yung galing sa sponsor mo. So when I say sponsor, ito yung masasabi natin parang magga-guarantee ng studies mo or yung gastos mo in Canada. So guys, yung sponsor mo, hindi siya required na nasa Canada. Pwede siyang kahit saang bansa, kahit sa Timbuktu pa yan or Zimbabwe or sa Land of Tralala, okay lang. As long as may access sila sa bank account nila at meron silang bank account, ang required na show money ay 1-year tuition fee and 1-year living cost. So 1-year living cost is usually equals to 400,000. O sige, sabihin na natin 360,000. So for today's conversion, 360,000 kasi 10,000 Canadian dollars. Plus tuition fee. Usually ang mga tuition fees nagre-range between 14,000 Canadian dollars to 17,000 Canadian dollars. So let's say all in all, doon ka sa medyo mas mahal na tuition fee, 27,000 Canadian dollars. So more or less, ang show money mo ay
money.
Yes. So itong show money mo, hindi mo siya bibitbitin sa Canada, guys. Hindi mo siya wi-withdraw.
And hindi mo rin siya ibabayad sa school, tama, Miss Catherine?
Hindi mo siya ibabayad lahat sa school. Hindi mo rin siya dadalhin sa Canada. Hindi mo siya kukunin dun sa sponsor mo. Ang ipoprovide mo lang ay bank statement ni sponsor. So kunyari, Sir Francis, tito kita. Ikaw yung sponsor ko. Hihiramin ko yung bank statement mo na may 1 million for 4 months. Kailangan maintain siya, guys. So, ipapakita ko lang siya. Tapos, gagawa lang si Sir Francis ng letter na nagsasabing siya yung sponsor ko. So, pwedeng...
Affidavit of support. Yeah.
Affidavit of support na nag-guarantee na si Sir Francis yung magbabayad ng tuition fee and ng living cost ko sa Canada. So ngayon guys, depende na yun sa pag-uusap namin ni Sir Francis kung talaga bang babayaran niya yung tuition fee ko. So kung mabait yung tito ko at gusto niya bayaran yung tuition fee ko, di ba mas masaya. So, yun yung proof of financial support. So yung sponsor anywhere in the world, as long as family mo siya at mapapatunayan na meron kayong proof of relationship.
Yeah, so this proof of financial support, very important to dun sa requirements na hinihingi ni visa officer. Dito kasi makikita kung meron bang money yung magi-sponsor kay student para dun sa living cost and dun sa tuition fee ni student. Because I know some students magpa-part-time talaga to help for their tuition fee and their living costs. Pero important pa rin sa visa application kasi hindi mo pwedeng i-mention na yung kikitain mo sa part-time job mo, yun yung gagamitin mo for your tuition fee. So, kailangan talaga makita ni visa officer na merong financial support si student dun sa relative niya na magbibigay ng affidavit of support. Pero definitely, pwede kayo mag-work part-time job and then kapag holiday and semester break full-time, so yung kikitain na yon pwede nyong gamitin for your tuition fee and for your living costs.
Yes, that is correct. So, yun yung kinagandahan ng regular stream kasi hindi ka required magbayad ng 1-year tuition fee. Ang babayaran mo lang is 1 semester tuition fee. So, meron tayong schools na may mababang tuition which is around 10,000 Canadian dollars per year. So, ang babayaran mo lang 5,000 Canadian dollars kapag magre-regular stream. And then, you do the math for the show money. However, itong mga schools na to sobrang tagal lumabas ng LOA and mabilis mag-fill up yung slots nila. So if you're interested to that school, you need to prepare all the documents required and make sure na talagang complete yung documents para maka-reserve tayo ng
Yes.
So,
and also, yung location nitong mga schools na to, na suburban. So outside the city sila, yes, mura yung tuition fee, but the opportunity for part-time work, mas marami pa rin dun sa place like na nasa city like Toronto and Vancouver. So, choice ni student kung saan siya papasok. Dun ba tayo sa city na mas mahal yung tuition fee and living costs, but mas maraming opportunity for work. And dito naman tayo sa mas province-like yung location, yun nga, mas mura yung tuition fee and living costs. Pero same pa rin, you're allowed to work part-time job and makakakuha pa rin ng postgraduate work permit after their studies.
Yes, that's correct. So, yun naman ang kinagandahan. Actually, if you do the math, kung makikita mo, ang difference lang talaga ng pinakamurang tuition fee in Canada is almost the same ng schools in Ontario. Siguro ang difference lang yan ay 1,000 to 2,000.
2,000. Yeah.
So, meron din naman schools in Ontario na nagbibigay ng scholarship. So, meron din ganon. But itong scholarship na to, it's not the same as what we have here in the Philippines na parang, pag varsity ako ng volleyball, pwede na akong makakuha ng 50% or 75%. So, may mga schools na nag-offer ng athletic programs or athletic scholarships na tinatawag, but maa-avail mo lang siya once you started studying in Canada. So, siguro on your second semester or second year ng program, pwede kang mag-avail nitong scholarship. So, ganun yung scholarships.
So yung usually scholarships na binibigay ni schools, entry scholarship lang siya. So parang discount. So kapag mag-enroll ka dun sa school o dun sa program, usually may mga 1,000 to 2,000 Canadian dollars na discount. It depends dun sa school. So may mga list kami ng schools na may mga nagbibigay sila ng scholarship. Hindi talaga siya yung scholarships like dito, pero discounts. Pero malaking tulong na rin for international students.
Yes, tama naman yan, Sir Francis. So, ayun, yun yung klase ng entry scholarship. So, may mga nagbibigay niyan. And 2,000 or 3,000 Canadian dollars is a huge, huge amount of money. So, yun yung pinagandahan doon. And then, of course, last is your letter of explanation. Kaya guys, importante ang counseling or ang assessment kasi dito natin masasabi kung bakit ka nga ba kailangan mag-aral in Canada and bakit itong program na to ang gusto mong pag-aralan sa Canada at ano yung babalikan mo dito sa Pilipinas after ng program mo. So it's very important that we do assessment and we can recommend the right program for you. So
yes, especially every student is a different case parate. So yung letter hindi siya pare-parehas. So may mga students kailangan i-include tong background nila na i-include nila yung background nila or yung family members nila na kailangan i-include dun sa letter na i-explain ito yung mga babalikan nila dito sa Philippines or ano na yung nagawa nilang work na kailangan talaga na advantageous yon yung gagawin nilang studies in Canada para dun sa career progression nila dito sa Philippines. So every student is different. That's why mas maganda na merong one-on-one consultation na mangyayari and assessment kay students before sila talaga mag-apply dun sa chosen school nila and also before mag-apply ng visa. So dito pumapasok yung importance ng agency or education counselor like me and Miss Catherine. Iga-guide namin si student dun sa paggawa ng statement of purpose nila na ipapasa sa visa application.
Yes, at saka alam mo, Sir Francis, Kanata Education doesn't collect processing fees. So, guys,
So free naman siya. So why not get the service from Kanata Educational Consultancy Services?
if you work with us with Kanata Education, and this is the great thing about siguro yung matatawag natin boss namin in Kanata na they really wanted to help students or international students or Filipinos who wants to study in Canada, that we do not charge them any processing fees or any additional cost when you study in Canada. Syempre, 50,000 or 20,000, malaki na rin yun. Pwede mo na yung pocket money sa Canada, diba? So, ayan. So,
Yes.
guys, yun yung regular stream na tinatawag. Ito ay yung merong show money and IDs na IDs na kailangan mong 50%. So ano naman yung study direct stream or yung SDS na tinatawag? So study direct stream, it's a very straightforward and hassle-free type of application. So bakit siya hassle-free and straightforward? It's because ito yung mabilis na processing for your visa application. But it was during pre-pandemic or nung wala pang COVID. So usually it is from 4 to 6 weeks na assessment ng application mo. However, ngayong COVID or nung pandemic, syempre hindi na siya the same as it was before. So lahat naging pantay-pantay na, whether you are a regular stream or you are a study direct stream applicant. Yung processing time, it's almost the same. Minsan, mas mabilis pa mag-regular stream compared to study direct stream based on our students' experience. Mas matagal yung study direct stream. But, syempre, iba sila ng requirements. So, aside from the timeline, ang requirement mo ay mag-provide ng IELTS with a minimum score of 6. So, let's say for example, yung in-applyan mong school, walang IELTS requirement, waive yung IELTS nila. Pero kung mag-study direct stream ka, you are required to provide an IELTS result. So, isa yan sa mga requirements ng study direct stream. And you are required to purchase a guaranteed investment certificate in Canada by opening a bank account. And itong guaranteed investment certificate, this is worth 10,000 Canadian dollars. So guys, kung may nagsasabi sa inyo na kapag nagpunta ka sa Canada, bibigyan ka nila ng allowance. Ito yung tinatawag na yon. So, ito yung guaranteed investment certificate. So, hindi siya allowance from Canada. In advance mo yung yung living allowance mo kasi nag-open ka ng bank account and nag-purchase ka ng guaranteed investment certificate. So, every month, during may pasok ka, bibigyan ka nila ng allowance. Pero technically, nanggaling siya sa pocket mo.
Galing din sa'yo. Yeah.
So, yung may mga nagsasabi na bibigyan ka nila ng allowance, so ganun siya, nag-work. In advance mo yung living allowance mo in Canada. And every month, isa-send niya to sa'yo sa bank account mo. Kapag may pasok lang ha, so sabihin mo, bakit pagka wala akong pasok, semestral break ko, bakit wala akong nare-receive na allowance? Kasi nga wala kang pasok. So, ibibigay siya sa'yo kapag may pasok. So, yun.
Yes, very important to sa visa application kapag wala tayong sponsor kasi meaning own money natin yung gagamitin natin for our studies and living costs. So this one, kapag meron tayong guaranteed investment certificate, we can explain sa visa officer na meron talagang enough money for our, kasi nga, di ba, bayad ka na ng 1-year tuition fee compared din sa regular stream na 1 semester lang. So even walang sponsor, mabubuhay na si student for 1 year kaagad in Canada. So since bayad ka na ng 1-year tuition fee and then meron ka na rin 10,000 Canadian dollars for your living costs, mapapakitang prove na yon to Canada na si international student are qualified to study in Canada because meron siyang own money na magso-support sa kanya. So, important to kapag study direct stream yung gagawin nating way sa pag-apply ng visa.
Yes, that's right. And also, ito yung kunwari pwede kang nangutang ka, no? Ng pang tuition or pang living allowance mo kasi hindi mo kailangan ng sponsor yung kagaya kanina sa regular stream. So, kunyari, nautangan ko yung kapitbahay namin ng 1,000,000. So, pwede ko siyang ipang-purchase sa, sa Canada ng Guaranteed Investment Certificate kasi hindi na siya i-check kung saan nanggaling yung pera. So, kung kailangan ng
Yeah.
why not? Di ba? Kung meron pang pautang or pwede kong inutang sa bangko or ito yung kunwari retirement fund ng tatay ko or nakuha ko sa insurance. So, yan, pwede ka mag-study
Or
there.
you have your own investment talaga.
Yes,
So,
or you have your own
pwedeng gamitin proof of fund para makapag-apply ng student permit or yung student visa.
Yes, that's correct. And also, you must pay your 1-year tuition fee. So kung kanina, 1 semester tuition fee lang yung babayaran mo, ngayon, 1-year tuition fee ang kailangan mong bayaran sa school. So kung 10,000 man yan, 12,000, 17,000, kailangan mo siyang isettle. So ito nga yung kung may pera ka talaga, bayaran mo na ng buo para hindi ka na magpo-provide ng additional documents from your sponsor as well as proof na meron talaga kayong funds kasi nasettle mo na yung requirements for 1 year sa Canada. In advance mo na siya lahat, basically. And of course, kasama pa rin ang statement of purpose when you are applying through Study Direct Stream. Hindi nawawala yun. So, kailangan pa rin nating i-explain bakit tayo mag-aaral in Canada and of course, bakit yung program na to ang kailangan nating pag-aralan. So, iyan, na-discuss natin bakit you won't let COVID stop you from reaching your dreams of studying in Canada. Kasi ngayon, nag-shift sila sa online studying and makakount pa yun for your PGWP. And then, of course, minsan kahit na especially for our winter students na nag-apply or na-accept and natuloy sila, may binibigay na bursary ang mga school. So itong bursary parang assistance, parang bibigyan kanila from 500 to 1,000 Canadian dollars. And of course, since online learning, nandito ka sa bahay mo, mas mababa yung cost of living kasi wala ka pa sa Canada. Pero yun nga, counted ang PGWP kahit na nag-online class ka. So, ayan guys, I think we should proceed now for our question and answer portion. Kasi I'm sure marami kayong questions. We will try to answer all of them kasi later on, the following week, we will give you guys a call and we'll discuss more about you. We will do an assessment and yan. Pag-uusapan natin ang
Okay, yes. Miss Kathleen, i-rundown lang natin yung mga details na-discuss ngayon dito sa webinar. So, benefits and actually yung reasons, magandang reasons to study in Canada right now is number one, laging merong Canadian government support for international students. So nagkaroon nga tayo ng Canadian Emergency Fund for our students last year. Yung PGWP extension. So yung mga na-expire yung PGWP na hindi pa sila permanent resident. So pwede pa rin silang magstay sa Canada to work full-time kasi bibigyan sila ng open work permit for 18 months. So medyo matagal talaga yan para maasikaso yung permanent residency. So yung pag-apply. And then so mga students, yung mga may part-time job na nasa essential work, so inallow sila ng more than 20 hours kahit na nasa kalagitnaan ng academic sessions. And then open yung borders of Canada for international students ngayon compared sa other countries like Australia. And then permanent residency programs like RNIP, OINP, and AIPP program. And then second, mababa yung tuition fee, lower tuition fee compare sa mga ibang schools sa again Australia and UK and the USA. So and I know concern ni student yung safety nga pagdating sa Canada. So sa Canada naman requires si student na kumuha ng health insurance. So covered sila ng insurance kung nga magkasakit sila, especially right now may pandemic tayo. And then yung environment and security in Canada, sobrang ganda because sobrang baba talaga ng crime rate in Canada. So very, very welcoming ang Canada for international students and immigrants na pupunta doon.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay?
I hope our viewers and our participants get excited as much as I am about studying in Canada kasi sobrang daming benefits. So yes, you can take either 1 year or 2 years program, depende kung ano yung gusto mo and ano yung mas naaayon sa'yo para magkaroon ka
Situation mo sa circumstances.
quality. Oo. So let's start with our question and answer. You can type in your questions and we will answer as much as we can. But later on, we can do a one-on-one consultation. We will give you a call next week to further assist you and assess you. And of course, we can do a program recommendations na rin. So we have a question here. Meron siyang tinatanong na general IELTS, is it valid for student visa application? Yes, that is valid. And we do have affiliations in Vancouver as well. So we can, we'll talk more about it. We have, I believe we have Langara College in Vancouver. And we also have Kwantlen,
And Kwantlen University, yeah.
Kwantlen Polytechnic University.
So, polytechnic siya and meron din silang mga business programs and ang tuition fee nag-range from 15 to 17,000 Canadian dollars. So, same pa rin, you are allowed to work and will get postgraduate work permit kapag nag-aral kayo in Langara or Kwantlen University in British Columbia.
Yes, that's correct. And also, kinagandahan kay Kwantlen, it's a polytechnic university. So, basically, para ka na rin, parang you're hitting two birds with one stone. So, kasi it's a polytechnic, meaning to say they are focused on providing theory and on-hand teaching or practical teaching. And at the same time, it is a university standards. So, mataas yung standards ni Kwantlen. So, this is located in Vancouver. Another question from John Mark Salnungan. Hi, John Mark. He's asking for any pre-law courses. So, yes, we do have pre-law courses. Pwede ka sa paralegal. I believe that is also a pre-law course. Paralegal.
Yeah.
We are also into international relations. We have international management. Parang meron tinatawag na parang business relations, international, parang ganun. So we can look
Yes,
into
and
on. Mm-hmm.
okay, Miss Kathleen.
Yes. No, you go ahead.
Ito yung importance din ng pagkakaroon ng agency. So, we can assess you depending on your background. So, we can recommend a good program for you na mas maganda yung application and also dun sa statement of purpose. So, next week, dun mangyayari yung one-on-one consultation about what program to take in Canada and how long. It depends pa rin dun sa situation ni student. So, i-discuss natin yan on our one-on-one consultation. So, all the participants, kakontakin namin kayo and make sure lang na you put your email address and contact number dun sa chat box para next week, makontak namin kayo for one-on-one consultations.
Okay, so we have an interesting question here about writing a statement of purpose kapag kasama si spouse. If you look into our YouTube channel, meron kasi kaming YouTube or ako yun. Meron akong in-interview na spouse. Mag-asawa sila. Let me just ikwento ko lang yung story nila. So mag-asawa sila ni
Yes.
kasama niya ang dependent niya is yung husband niya, which is an overseas Filipino worker. And so si student nandito siya sa Philippines and bagong kasal lang sila, newlyweds lang sila for 1 year. So magkasama na sila, lumipad sa Canada, nasa Canada na sila ngayon. And kaya we highly recommend that you have an agent is because it depends on your case as an individual as well as dun sa dependent mo kasi we can look into your case and pwede naming sabihin sa inyo kung bakit nyo kailangan isama si spouse. So with their case, since long distance relationships sila ever since, even when they were boyfriends and girlfriends, and then nung nag-asawa sila, nag long distance relationship nila, we use that ma-prove na kailangan niyang isama si spouse kasi they are newlyweds. So guys, I'm sure you guys are looking for answers sa internet, Google, Facebook groups, and stuff like that. It's a highly individual case. So, depende yun sa case. So, hindi ko masagot what is the best answer para ma-approve sa visa application si principal kapag kasama si spouse. Sinasabi ko lang sa inyo to, kinukwento ko sa inyo to kasi yun yung case nila. Long distance relationships sila. So, gusto nilang magkasama together or gusto nilang maging together since they are starting their relationship or their life as a married
Married
couple.
life, yeah.
So, ganun yon. So, kaya iba-iba yung case for everyone. Kung kasama niyo yung dependents niyo, kung kasama niyo yung anak niyo, age is a factor, relationship, parang kung gaano katagal yung relationship niyo is a factor. So, marami kaming tinitingnan na factor. So, hindi lang basta, ma'am, gusto ko kasama yung asawa ko. So, ano yung dapat kong isagot? So, kailangan yan, interviewin talaga namin kayo para malaman namin. And iisipan namin kayo ng sagot para dun sa answer nyo sa statement of purpose. So, yun.
Yes. Sa chat box again from Joyce, can you tell us which school doesn't require IELTS? So mostly, mga partner schools namin in Ontario, nag-waive talaga sila ng IELTS requirement for Filipino students. So madidiscuss namin sa inyo next week on our one-on-one consultation. Pero for example lang, like Humber College, Centennial College, nag-waive sila ng IELTS for Filipino students. Seneca College, which is also in Toronto. So outside Toronto naman, like sa Thunder Bay and North Bay Confederation College and Sioux College na nag-waive din ng IELTS for Filipino students. So may mga kailangan lang silang documents na isasubmit like medium of instruction as English kung saan makukuha nyo yan. Makukuha nyo yan dun sa school kung saan kayo graduate. So for us to waive your IELTS, for the school to waive your IELTS requirement, kailangan nyo mag-submit nung ganyang requirement. Yung medium of instruction as English na document galing dun sa school kung saan kayo graduate.
Yes, that is correct. So, ayun, we have schools naman na nag-waive na IELTS. We can discuss that later on. And yes, you can choose your school kung ano yung gusto nyo. Depende kasi kung saan location na mas preferred nyo. Siyempre, hindi namin pwedeng sabihin na, oh, we have affiliated schools all around Canada. So, alam ka na mabigay namin sa inyo yung lahat. So, we will choose a top 3 which fits your preferences and your background.
Yeah.
That we can do recommendation. So that's how we work as a your counselors. Yan. So meron ditong question na pwede daw ba siyang tumira sa kamag-anak? Yes, you can live with your kamag-anak in Canada. And then we also have another question here. Can you give details on the school where tuition fees are the cheapest? We can give the name of the schools, particularly these schools are located in Atlantic and
northern part of British Columbia. So like Fort St. John and Prince George, medyo mura yung tuition fee compare sa Vancouver and Toronto.
Ito yung konting tumbling mo na lang, nasa Alaska ka na. Yun. Si Northern Lights College. So, from the name itself, Northern Lights, ibig sabihin, makikita mo talaga yung Northern Lights doon. So, kaya siya...
And they also offer no IELTS.
Yes, they offer.
No IELTS. Yeah. So, kung gusto dun sa lower na tuition fee and no IELTS, so pwede mag-apply sa Northern Lights College. Yun nga lang, medyo mabilis ma-fill up yung slots dun sa mga schools na yun because of their lower tuition fees.
So for 2022 na sila, they will start accepting applications already for 2022. Ganun siya kabilis mag-fill yung slots.
Yes.
Pag mura yung tuition fee. And at the same time, ang tagal talaga ng processing for visa application. School application. Tumatagal siya as long as parang almost 3 months to 4 months. Ang tagal nung pag-release.
School application pa lang siya.
School application pa lang siya. So that is, I'm not saying that is a downside. Kinda downside ng ganun yung klase ng school na applyan. So compared to the Ontario schools, mag-apply ka today, bukas may LOA ka na. So ganun siya kabilis.
May mga schools na ganun, mabilis talaga mag-release ng letter of acceptance or letter offer. So if nagmamadali and then decided naman talaga to study in Toronto or Ontario, so pwedeng-pwede mag-apply. If you're interested for May 2021 intake, as long as complete yung documents, we can submit the school application, yung mga requirements as long as they're ready, then proceed to visa application, baka mahabol pa natin yung May 2021 intake.
Yan. So, may nag-ask if we can assist them with healthcare-related courses. Yes, of course, we assist all kinds of courses, or kung businessman yan, culinary, hospitality, community services like early childhood education and social service workers, we can assist you with that. And then someone is asking about our NIP, since she is interested to study in SU. SU College is a very good institution. Sila yung nag-offer ng scholarship or entry scholarship for 2,000 Canadian dollars, Sir Francis, if I'm correct. If I'm wrong, I don't know.
Yes, and additional 1,000 Canadian dollars if you have an IELTS of 6.5.
Yan.
6.5 or 6. But additional discount siya for the student.
I will just share
So on
na
so on top of so wait lang, Miss Karen, sorry. On top of the 2,000 Canadian dollars na discount, so if you have IELTS, additional 1,000 pa siya. So big savings pa rin for the students na gusto mag-aral for SU College.
Yan. Let me just show you about SU College. But before I go to YouTube questions, may nag-ask on our YouTube page. I just wanna share you this, kung ano yung na RNIP, ano nila, RNIP requirement. So, once again, I am not immigration lawyer or consultant, but pwede ko naman tong i-share sa inyo para lang din magkaroon kayo ng idea bakit mas maganda sa mga schools that are under RNIP or even AIPP, but mas highly recommended yung RNIP. Well, it's up to you kung ano talaga yung gusto niyo. Huwag kayo pipilitin. So, ito yung RNIP for Sault Ste. Marie. So, Sault Ste. Marie is part of the RNIP. There is also Thunder Bay. There is also Sudbury, and marami pang iba. I think there are 7 under
Cities.
Ontario or cities na pwedeng kang mag-apply for RNIP. But what I'm showing you right now is for Sault Ste. Marie requirements for the RNIP. So, ayan siya. Makikita nyo dito kung ano yung requirements niya. Of course, you need to send your resume, your language credentials. So, kung hindi ka nag-IELTS right now, it's okay. But once you're applying for PR, kailangan mo nang mag-IELTS or
kumuha ng IELTS.
Educational credentials. This is why study pathway is the best pathway if you are wanting to go for permanent residency para mas mataas yung points mo. That is because count yung inyong educational credentials. So, once you do that, you submit all your application. So, dito, ang applicants need to submit a total score of 70 or above. So, ayan, yan yung mga ano nila. We can send this to you later on para makita nyo kung ano yung mga points. So, for example, itong NOC groups, plus 55 points na siya agad kung pasok ka dito sa mga works na yan, jobs na yan, sa mga industry na yan. So, yan yung sa Sault Ste. Marie requirements for RNIT. So, I cannot discuss this in detail because baka may masabi ako na hindi tama since I'm not an immigration lawyer. So, we can just send this, material to you. So, yon. Now, let's just check yung sa YouTube question. So, we have here asking Miss Kea Farinas. So, it's very interesting question. So, she is an undergraduate with 72 units below. Is it still possible for her to study culinary and cookery course? First of all, what's the good thing about Canada is that they accept undergraduate students or yung hindi nakagraduate. As long as for old curriculum, when I say old curriculum, ito yung walang K-12. Hindi nakapag K-12 and nakagraduate or nakatapos at least second year college, pwede kang mag-apply pa din in Canada. So, you're still allowed to apply. So, yun yung kinagandahan sa Canada. Kung pwede ka mag-aral cookery or cooking class, well, again, it depends on your background. So we have to check if you have in cookery or yung education background mo is related to cooking. So doon na pumapasok yung assessment natin.
Yes. And yes, actually, not all schools tumatanggap talaga ng mga students na hindi nakatapos ng K-12 or less than 72 units yung nakuha ng college. Pero we have a partner schools pa rin na tumatanggap ng matured students. So, nakakount yung work experience nila in the past. And then, may mga schools na tumatanggap sa kanila. Yun nga lang, kailangan natin mag-IELTS or other English proficiency exams na nire-required ng school. So, if your question is tumatanggap pa, yes, pero may mga additional requirements lang sila.
Yes. So, yun lang yung medyo downside lang doon, which we cannot blame the schools kasi syempre, as much as possible, mas gusto talaga nila yung at least kahit papano nakagraduate ka dito ng bachelor's degree. So, yun lang ang downside. Very limited lang yung schools na pwede mong pagpilian kasi not all schools are accepting, but pwede. Other than that, you are required to submit IELTS or Duolingo at the moment. Meron siguro isa or dalawa na nag-accept ng IELTS or Duolingo. But most of them, since hindi nga tayo nakagraduate ng bachelor's degree, required ka mag-submit ng IELTS or Duolingo. So,
yeah, the reason kaya sila nagre-require ng mga kailangan natapos ng K-12 or 72 units on college kasi meron mga programs in Canada na nagre-require na dapat natapos mo tong subject na to. Like kung chemistry or biology na na-take ni student post-high school bago makapag-aral ng post-secondary in Canada. So, i-double check nila yung TOR and diploma ni student. So dapat authentic din yung mga isasubmit natin na documents. Hindi tayo pwedeng kumuha ng documents sa Recto or wherever makakakuha ng school documents para makapag-submit. So kailangan authentic and original siya pero scan copy lang. So important yung education background ni student, and kung nag-work naman, kailangan ipakita yung resume or certificate of employment if papasok si student as a matured student sa Canada.
Yes, okay. So we have another question from YouTube also. She is asking if we have affiliated schools in Saskatchewan. Yes, we do have affiliated schools in Saskatchewan for teachers also. So, yeah, we do have that as well. And then another question meron siyang, he is currently second year college student. So, kung mag-aaral ka in Canada and kailangan mo mag-provide ng medium of language, pwede naman kung saan ka nag-aaral ngayon, pwede rin naman from your senior high school kung alin yung gusto mo at kung saan madaling makakuha. Hindi required ang authentication of school documents when applying for the school. Ang required for authentication will be later on for your visa application.
Visa application, yeah.
So
ang authentication na ginagawa, kapag yung documents like affidavit of support, kailangan notarize yung document. But for school credentials and documents, and then bank certificate and bank certificate and bank statements, kailangan for visa application naka-certified true copy sila sa isang notary public. So, later on pa naman siya sa visa application, but for school application, kailangan yung original copy of your diploma, TOR, and passport. Scan copy lang naman yung kailangan for school application.
Yes, that's correct. There is a question about express entry, kung meron na. I believe it's better if we discuss this one-on-one, Miss Dawn. So we can advise you more about this. It will not be a problem if you go for student visa, but we will discuss this later on in depth with you. What else? Do you still have questions? Here we have here payment for tuition fees are directly payable to the school. Yes, directly to the school. You can use your credit cards when paying the tuition fee, or you can do wire
Or
transfer.
or if you have relatives in Canada na malapit mismo dun sa school kung saan ka mag-aaral, they can actually use your LOA or your letter of acceptance to pay for your tuition fee. So doon na rin sa Canada manggagaling yung fund for your tuition fee kung nandun sila. So if you have relatives na gusto mag-sponsor sa inyo and natatakot, paano ba yung tuition fee sa namin isa-send? So definitely, they can go actually to the school and doon sila magbabayad. And then, kung hindi naman sila makalabas, online payment pwede pa rin.
Yes, that is correct. And we will definitely assist you kung ano yung step-by-step process, kung ano yung gagawin nyo. So, guys, this is the
Yes, all the way from the assessment, school application, and visa application, i-assist kayo ng Kanata for free.
Yes, that's
So,
so you
antay lang tayo nung one-on-one consultation next week. So, please, yung mga naka-name ng Realme or Galaxy, Huawei, please type in your contact number and full name para ma-contact namin kayo next week after the weekend.
yes, so I just want you to understand how Kanata education works. So, kasi baka sabihin nyo, ma'am, bakit ganun hindi kayo naniningil sa amin? Kasi yung iba sabi nila, it's too good to be true daw na hindi kami nagsisingil. So what we do is we collect security deposit. So this security deposit you will use later on for your visa application fee. So may bayad si visa application and si biometrics. So hindi mo na siya babayaran later on. Yung security deposit mo sa amin, yun na yung pambabayad natin. So, kaya kami hindi naniningil ng processing fees, it is because we are hired by the schools to be their recruitment partners. And our bosses,
Yes.
they want to help the Filipinos or the aspiring international students na wag na silang bigyan ng burden of paying the processing fees. So as long as you will let Kanata Education help you with your visa application and your school application, then hindi ka mamomroblema. Hindi mo na kailangan
Yes.
So, hindi siya scam. Kasi kung scam kami or kung nafe-feel yung scam and it's too good to be true, bakit yung iba nakakapagbayad mag-express entry tapos hindi mo alam nasang step ka na or basta ka na lang nagbayad and sila na yung bahala sa documents mo. With Study Pathway, with Kanata Education, you will know kung nasang step yung application process mo. So we are very transparent
Yes.
and we will be there with you all throughout your journey as a student.
Assistance, yeah.
Yes. So, hindi mo kami kailangan kulitin. Kami pa yung mangungulit sa inyo. May mga student ako, by the way. Nagagalit sila sa akin kasi daw ang kulit ko. Muntik na daw niya akong i-block. Especially for writing the statement of study plan. Kasi this is how thorough we are when writing the study plan. So, kapag sinend mo sa akin yung study plan mo, makikita mo yan, puro red marks kapag hindi akma doon sa gusto mong sabihin. So, but we will definitely help you with your study plan and statement of purpose. Just that, once again, I will keep repeating myself na just let us help you. So, I'm sure marami kayong nababasa sa internet. Marami kayong makikita sa Facebook groups and you will compare. Bakit si Kanata yun yung sabi
Yung
sa
process, yeah.
Kat, ito yung sabi niya. Bakit si Sir Francis, ito yung sinasabi niya. Pero ang sabi sa YouTube, ang sabi sa mga Facebook groups, ganito.
Facebook groups, yeah.
I want you to understand, guys, that every application is highly individualized. It is a case-to-case basis. And kung ano yung nabasa nyo, narinig nyo, na panood nyo, it is based on their experience. So, we are trained with Edu Canada. So, nakakausap namin ang mga IRCC or yung immigration consultant. So, we know kung ano talaga yung right process and right requirements. And also, we assess you based on your background. So, alam na namin mostly lahat ng mga background. Sa dami na naming nakausap. So, we know how it works. We know what you need to write and ano yung mga requirements. So, yun lang. Yun lang yung sa Kanata education. So
Okay.
so much, guys. You,
Yeah, let's
Sir Francis.
before we end our presentation, i-rundown lang namin yung mga free services na na binibigay ni Kanata Educational Consultancy Services din sa mga students. Number one, assessment and free consultation. So we will call you, we will ask for your resume and school credentials para makita yung background nyo. And then school application assistance. So hindi kayo yung magsasubmit ng documents niyo sa school. You need to submit them to us and we are the one who will submit it dun sa school. And then dun sa assistance sa pagbayad ng tuition fee, i-assist namin kayo. And then more importantly dun sa visa application. So we will tell you what requirements need to be submitted, how much yung financial support or yung show money na kailangan ni students kapag mag-a-apply ng student visa. Sa biometric instruction, tutulungan din namin kayo kung naguguluhan si student dun sa instruction from the IRCC. We will assist them for free pa din. However, before we start our application lang, maniningil lang kami ng 10,000 pesos na security deposit fee, which is consumable naman na magagamit ni student dun sa visa application fees and biometric fees na gagawin niya sa visa application.
Yeah, so ganyan kami ka-transparent, guys. Sinasabi namin agad sa inyo kung ano yung process namin and kung ano yung i-expect nyo with Kanata Education. So, security deposit of 10,000 which is consumable later on during your entire process ng application, whether it's for your school application fee, kung meron mang school application fee si school, and for your visa application and your biometrics. So, consumable siya. So, technically, it's still free. We don't collect processing fees.
Di pa din.
Oo. So, yung tuition fee nyo, bayad nyo sa school, medical nyo, bayad nyo sa clinic. So, yung mga requirements galing sa inyo, wala kayong binayad sa amin. So, yun lang. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. Thank you so much, Sir Francis. Thank you, everyone, for us today. I hope you learned something from us, and I hope we were able to share with you knowledge and information about studying in Canada. If you want to learn more about studying in Canada, and if you want to have the consultation, we will give you a call next week on Monday.
Yes. So, mangungulit kami sa inyo next week. And if you have questions pa rin, like dun sa application, what program yung pwede kong i-take in Canada, so masasagot namin siya dun sa one-on-one consultation natin and assessments.
Yes. Yes, John Mark, you have something to ask or wala naman? Nagbababay lang siya. Sir Ismael, thank you.
Right.
A call next week.
Thank you.
Guys, and have a good weekend. See you soon.
Bye-bye. Bye, Miss Kat.
Bye, Sir Francis.